Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Cowboys great makes his endorsement for team's head coach job. Jason Witten's list of supporters is very quickly growing. Former Dallas Cowboys linebacker DeMarcus Ware spoke this week to Andy Nesbitt of Sports Illustrated. During the interview, Ware endorsed the ex-Cowboys tight end Witten to be the team's next head coach. "I think he would do well in the locker room," said Ware of Witten. Even though he doesn't have total NFL experience, he's been coaching high school football for a while and you can always bring in NFL assistants. The head coach is the motivator, Ware added. The head coach is the one that organizes things the right way, and I think he'd bring in the old way. Not the new school way. We need discipline. We need integrity. And we need gladiators. Ware, now 42, played for the Cowboys from 2005 to 13 and was teammates with Witten throughout that span. A 9-time Pro Bowler and 7-time All-Pro, Ware was inducted into the Cowboys Ring of Honor in 2023. Meanwhile, Witten, himself an 11-time Pro Bowl who played 16 seasons with the Cowboys, is gaining momentum to become the team's next head coach. Former Dallas teammates have been endorsing him for the job for months, but it appears that Witten also now has the attention of Cowboys owner Jerry Jones. But the Cowboys are interviewing other candidates who have actual NFL head coaching experience, unlike Witten, so it is anyone's guess what the team decides to do at this point. Legendary Cowboy DeMarcus Ware thinks former teammate Jason Witten would make great Cowboys coach. The Dallas Cowboys are one of a number of teams looking to fill a vacancy at their head coach position after the team couldn't come to a contract extension with Mike McCarthy. The team is linked to Deion Sanders, among other candidates. One Cowboys legend has a different idea for the job though. Hall of Famer and Cowboys legend DeMarcus Ware is endorsing Gold Jacket Wit, probably Jason Witten, Ware said. "I think he would do well in the locker room. Even though he doesn't have total NFL experience, he's been coaching high school football for a while and you can always bring in NFL assistants. The head coach is the motivator. The head coach is the one that organizes things the right way, and I think he'd bring in the old way. Not the new school way. We need discipline. We need integrity. And we need gladiators." Witten spent 16 of his 17 years with the Cowboys, having one of the most productive careers of any tight end in NFL history. He has the second most receptions and receiving yards of any tight end. Witten's success in football isn't just what he did in Dallas. As Ware mentioned, Witten is the head coach of Liberty Christian School in Argyle, Texas. Witten has led Liberty Christian to back-to-back state championships, including the school's first-ever undefeated season in 2023. Our Mike Fisher has long included Witten on the list of former Cowboys who Dallas owner Jerry Jones might be enamored with, a list that includes Deion Sanders, Kellen Moore, Aaron Glenn and coach Anthony Lynn. Witten could bring a winning culture and championship experience to the locker room. As a former player, he could connect with the locker room in a way some other candidates couldn't. Being a beloved figure in Texas doesn't hurt, either. Why Deion Sanders to the Dallas Cowboys might not work and CFP natty timing. 3 college football thoughts. 3. National championship. Touchdown. Please. When my administration takes over on Monday, my first order of business is to severely punish adults who willingly choose to say natty and tutty. What, are we on our way to Chuck E. Cheese for a pizza party with nuggets and juice boxes, too? I am younger than my years in all ways, and I'm fully aware that certain aspects of life, as in, all of them, are no longer being targeted for my demo, but no. Just, no. Use your words on this one. No, you're not getting blocked, or muted, or anything like that if you choose to go there, and that includes using played-out phrases like go there and played out, but there's no need to turn the words national championship and touchdown into new characters in a Blue's Clues revival. And for the love of all things holy and just, if Soupy becomes a thing for the Super Bowl, I'm out. AI can take over from there. 2. What's the most timing important thing in comedy and promotion? The college football playoff bunch wants to believe its tournament is big enough and important enough to be the only thing on the planet whenever it's being played. But it has a weird way of doing things to keep that from happening as it looks to carve out a niche. Timing matters, and it's tough. The CFP has to try navigating all the events on the calendar, including the NFL schedule, the bowls, and the logistics of creating a college football tournament. With that said, New Year's Eve never was, and never is, the time to play a massive football game if you're looking for the biggest possible audience. During the day, yes. In prime time, for people who have friends, a significant other, and/or a life, that's a heavy lift. And I know it's an every 4-year problem. Go ahead and insert your own cynical joke here about how this might not be an issue anymore, but CFP, don't release the first batch of rankings on the Tuesday night of a presidential election. As is the college football playoff national championship is being played way too late, but the whole inauguration thing on Monday will suck up most of the oxygen in the room. Most of whatever is left to breathe will be used by those looking ahead to the AFC and NFC championships. It should be fine. By the time the ball is kicked off in Atlanta, everyone will shift focus because it's Notre Dame playing Ohio State, and hopefully this will be the classic national title game we so desperately need. But wow, would that have been cool if we got this game tonight before the NFL playoffs take over. Bizarre luck of the draw. Fun fact. Out of the first 10 CFP national titles, the only good ones were the 5 I was at the first 4, and the Georgia win over Alabama in Indianapolis. Sorry, I'm not able to go this year. 1. Now, if Deion Sanders could keep the Dallas Cowboys healthy. As I've said over and over and over again right before I rip on anything to do with Deion Sanders and/or Colorado, I am a huge fan. He continues to be right there among my favorite sports personalities ever. As a sports fan, of course I want the reality show of Deion Sanders as the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. And he deserves at least a long look. Taking a 1-win Colorado program to 4 victories and then to 9 is amazing by any measure. He'd certainly adapt and adjust over time to an NFL gig, and he absolutely should be given the chance at some point, but there are a whole lot of warning flags on this particular potential marriage. What's been Coach Prime's biggest strength as a college head coach? Being Coach Prime, and being his brilliant self at selling the program to attract the talent to come play for him. There's free agency in the NFL, but it's not like it is in college football right now. Sanders can't just step in and kick out all the mediocre Cowboys and get new ones through a transfer portal. It's been forgotten about, but the wholesale changes on the roster, Sanders' first big move as the coach of the Buffaloes, worked. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. Jimmy Johnson did that at Dallas when he and Jerry Jones first took over in 1989, but that's not happening now. There are 2 other superficial concerns. Sanders' teams at Jackson State didn't get the job done in 2 Celebration Bowl appearances, and Colorado barely got out of bed against BYU in the 36-14 Alamo Bowl loss. That's exactly what one of the most underachieving franchises in all of sports needs: a coach whose teams underachieve in the postseason. That, and then there's Dak Prescott. He's getting paid $240 million over 4 years, has zero luck staying healthy, and his new head coach could be the guy whose team gave up the most sacks in college football over the last 2 seasons. By the way, Shedeur Sanders never gets enough respect for how tough he is. Selfishly, I'd love to see Sanders stay in the college game. He's too much fun doing what he does as the main in charge of everything at Colorado. And that leads to the final problem. There's only one main man running the Dallas Cowboys, and it wouldn't be Coach Prime. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Deion Sanders? Leave your opinion in the comments.